There is another way of assigning permissions to files and directories. Remember that we have three different columns, one for the user, one for the group, and one for the other users. And we have three flags for each column: read permission, write permission, and execute permission. We can see this as a big binary number with a 1 if we have that permission in that column, and a 0 if we don't have that permission. So for example, okay, let me show you this. Okay, for example, this file, we have a read permission for the user, a write permission for the user, execute permission for the user, no permissions for the group, and the three permissions for the other users. So it would be represented like that. That will mean read, write, and execute permission for the users, no permissions for the group, all permissions for the other. If we put a 0 here, for example, this will be read and execute permission for the other users. So this is a very long binary number. If we transform this to, so we can, this number identifies a set of permission. So we can assign permissions using that number, but this number is too long. So we use the octal notation. Remember that octal notations, each 3 binary digits converts to 1 digit. So this will be a octal digit, this will be another octal digit, and that will be the other octal digit. So using only 3 digits from 0 to 7, we will be able to assign all the permissions for a file or for a directory. So to know which number we must use, we need to transform the 3 digits to an octal number. And we can do this, as we have seen in another unit, multiplying this by 4, this by 2, and adding this. For example, read and write and execute permissions for others will be represented as a 5. So if we want this number, we will do the same for the other columns. In this case, this will be a 7, this will be a 0, and this will be a 5. So this set of permission, this set of flags will be represented with 3 octal digits, 7, 0, 5. So if we assign that number as the permissions, we will have these permissions. And we can do that, we can do that with the chmod command. Okay, I will put this here. If I chmod using the binary digits 7, 0, 5 and the file name, okay, now the permissions will be the ones that are specified by that number. The 3 bits here, no bits here, and only read and execute permission here. It will be the same for the other combination. So for example, as a 0 means no permission, 7 means all the permissions, and for example, for read and write permission, this will be 4 and 2, 6. So a 6 represents read and write permission. So I do 666. All the 3 columns will have the same permissions, read and write permissions. In this case, we assign all the 3 columns at the same time using this notation, and this notation represents the binary numbers. Here it's the flags. If I have a 1, it will mean a 1 for that permission. A 1 here would be a read permission for the user. A 1 here a read permission for other. A 1 here will be a write permission for group. And you only need to transform each column to an octal digit. And we only have 8 digits, so it's very, very easy. So we use octal because using octal notation, we can transform one column to a single number, and it's easier to do that.